Hi everyone, my name,
Hi.
Hi, my name is Melina Stewart. I'm a member of the Junior League of Topeka. I'm here with Katie.
Hey everybody.
She's in the background running mic, sound, lights, so if that sucks, blame her. Today, we're going to show you how to make a Fascinator for the Kentucky Derby this year, which is on May 1st. And with that, make sure that you visit our website to buy your own Experience It box for the Jockeys, Juleps, and Junior League virtual event. So, you're wondering, what is a Fascinator? I had the same question until 2 years ago when I made one. And here we are. Now I'm teaching class about it.
You have hats and you have fascinators. Those are the two, or headbands, but typically fascinators are hats. And this one is a fascinator.
Yep, and it's Fascinator because it's kind of like a weird shape that really just sits on the top of your head. A lot of times they're really extravagant and huge. Other times they're smaller. This one's like kind of in the middle, but a lot of times they include things like flowers, feathers, sequins, glitter, sometimes birds.
Or fruit.
Or fruit, yep. Whatever you want. A lot of them are like custom made for every person that wears into the Kentucky Derby. So today we'll be learning how to custom make your own. And so this is the design that we've come up with today, and we'll show you how to make it and where to get all the supplies. And this whole hat probably costs about $25 to $30, just depending on how much you use of each of the flowers. So they're really affordable. It's cheaper than buying one, and it's kind of fun because you can match it exactly to your outfit or to what you're drinking or to your favorite horse, whatever you want. What's nice about the Kentucky Derby in general and the hats and the fascinators and making your own is that they don't have to be perfect. They're completely yours. These hide a lot of flaws because you put flowers over them. This looks hideous on the back. I'm not even going to show you, but that's okay because it's completely covered. Now let's get going. All right, so the very first thing we're going to take is a woven placemat, and it's really great. These are like $1 or $2. You can get them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, pretty much any craft store. And what's really great about them is they're really thin and flexible. So you can really get creative with any shape of fascinator that you want to make. So you can kind of bend it like that, and you kind of get a hat like that. Or you can bend it, you can do all sorts of things with it. You can twist it, fold it. You can make it small. You could also make it pretty big if you wanted. So I think the shape we're going to go for today is a shape sort of like that. Doesn't really matter. You can be pretty flexible. You can make it more severely angled if you wanted, but I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So once you have it a shape that you want, you can usually hold it in like one point, and we're going to want to sew it up. My lovely assistant will help. Okay, so I don't have scissors because we're extreme amateurs. We're gonna sew. We'll thread the needle. Take that back, lovely assistant. And all you're gonna do is just sew through every point that it touches. It doesn't have to look pretty, doesn't have to look great. Pick a thread color that is similar to the color of the placemat. I would also recommend a thimble to push it through because it hurts. So pull it through as best as you can. You can go through pretty much as many times as you like until you feel comfortable with how it's holding. Obviously, the goal is that you don't have to put any pressure to it at all anymore. You can also hot glue this if you do not like sewing. Don't use a sewing machine. I think it will break if you try to sew through this. Yeah, unless you have like an industrial sewing machine. And in that case, please do it and come do mine. All right, so after you're done sewing that up, you can just tie off your strings however you want, and you can also hot glue it if you feel like it is not holding well enough. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong way to doing this, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave my threads there for now in case I want to change it later. You can see it's laying kind of flat now after I sewed that, so I'm also going to sew it right here to make sure it holds in the front where I really want it to make an impact. Also going to hot glue right here where the stitch isn't holding super well. to make sure that that stays perfectly. Okay, so this is where I'm going to sew through the front part just to make sure I'm getting the shape that I want. Just like the other one, you'll just use the same color thread. You can also hot glue this if it doesn't work. Once you have the shape that you like, I'm pretty happy with this one. So I'll probably wear it like that, which is pretty fun. When you're making a fascinator, you want a lot of drama and a lot of volume and a lot of texture, which is nice. So I think this shape really like pulls it up, draws your eye up to like whatever the heck I'm wearing up here. So the next thing that you'll want to do is take your comb or barrette or whatever you want to attach to this to make it fit in your hair. If you have really fine hair, a barrette would probably be better. If you have thicker hair or if you want to braid it, one of these combs would be best. And you can get these on Amazon or Hobby Lobby in the craft section. So all you're going to do is put it right where you want it to go on your head pretty much, and you'll follow the curve of your head. So put the concave side down, and all you're going to do, it's not super scientific, is just load it up with hot glue and then just stick it right on. And we'll just wait for this to dry for quite a while. If you think you're going to put your hat through a lot of abuse, you could also sew through the tines of the comb with the thread from before. Alright, so once that's attached, it will look like this. Just glued on there, it's clear, so it kind of blends in. It's no big deal. And then I'll just let that dry for quite a while before you try putting it on. Next, we're going to move to putting all of the flowers on, which is the fun part. So the way this hat is situated, it will go on my head like this. So I want a lot of the statement to be right here, like in the center. So when somebody's looking at me, this is where I want them to look. To start out, you'll want to pick your color of placemat first because there's not a lot of options out there, so you kind of pick that and then pick your flowers to match the placemat because there's so many flower options out there. And I always think it's good to go out to Michael's, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Joann's, wherever, and pick like a big statement flower that you really, really like and you want to be the centerpiece of your hat, and then find all the other ones to coordinate with it and match it. So it's nice to have the really big flower and then more medium to small size flowers to kind of go around it. You get a good flow between the shapes of the flowers. The first thing we'll do is I'm just going to lay them all on here in an arrangement that I like, and then afterwards we'll go in and glue them all in place because a lot of things move around and sometimes you want to layer them differently. So I'm going to put this one here, so I want that to be my front and center. Look at me, this is what we're doing. I think this medium black one will be nice near the front. It's also good to get foliage or other little leaves to tuck in underneath. It kind of makes it all flow together pretty well and makes it blend, which is really nice. Let's add these, whatever these are called. So this is how it's looking so far. Katie, what do you think?
I like it.
So a lot of fascinators have they don't only have volume, but they have a lot of like wispies and strands and flowers and all sorts of stuff going all sorts of weird directions. So we definitely want to capture that in this hat. I got these sprigs and then these like mini eucalyptus from Michael's. But if you just stick your eucalyptus in there, you kind of get more of that dimension. And since it has so many layers to it, I'm going to do the exact same thing over on this side to kind of create some body down instead of up. So we have down and out and up because you got to do it all when you're going to the Kentucky Derby. Okay, so I'm just placing the last few flowers. Honestly, there's no rhyme or reason to really like where you put these things. You can put them in or not. I like to have little flowers to kind of cover some of the areas where like you can maybe see glue or some of the thread. Doesn't really matter. This is kind of where I've landed for the moment.
I love all the wispies.
I don't want to pick it up because they're all going to fall down, but we'll just glue them all down and then we'll check it out when it's done. All right, I think we're done. All the flowers are glued into place. Nothing seems to be falling out yet, so that's a good deal. Let's try to put it in for the first time. I think I need to braid my hair.
When you have your hair like thicker and all done up,
Yeah.
it'll hold better.
Especially, I learned if you do a French braid back on your hair, it really gives it something to like grab onto, pull into, especially if you curl your hair, or if you just have really curly hair or thick hair to begin with. This comb will really be great for sticking in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very high, but I love it.
Good.
You can do your hair very big on the top,
Yeah.
too.
You can always do 2 combs too if you feel like it's like too angled that way. You can always angle it more this way, more forward, more backwards. I think I kind of like it maybe more on top of my head.
Yeah,
not
so
on the
add
side.
another comb.
So,
No
yeah.
rhyme or reason.
Nope. So whatever you like, whatever feels right for you and matches your outfit, of course. So. And the code word is bananas.